made him and I used to get bullied every day. It started in second grade, but in third grade it got really bad. These were the worst years of my life. In third grade, my class had an activity called I Wish My Teacher Knew. I had to write something on a paper and give it to the teacher. I wrote, I get bullied every day. I felt scared because I had told her, but then found out she didn't really care. She didn't ask or talk to me about it. I really felt scared, alone, and thought I was going to die. My mom told me about the Peace Center. I was really scared and nervous to go, but when I went, they said the best information about bullying and how to stop it. They were the nicest people in the world that saved my life. I still get scared and wonder if I'm going to be okay, but not that much. I made new friends at the Peace Center that get bullied too. I felt good because we had the same problem and we could talk about it together. I am happy my mom took me to the Peace Center. Thank you, Kate and Gail, for the huge advice. You guys helped me 100%.
I felt so proud of him. This little boy was so sweet. He was in second grade when he first came to us. Really afraid. He was like very, very afraid to go to school and afraid also to meet new people because he didn't know who was going to hurt him and who was not. And to watch him grow in confidence and, to watch him become more vocal, become more strong, it was extremely rewarding because we know that when we teach children and youth peacemaking skills, they carry that into the rest of their lives. They become adults with healthy relationships, adults who care about their communities, and the ripples of teaching peace, especially to someone who is young, can ripple out beyond your imagination.
We do programs across the board to help reduce conflict, to eliminate violence, and to build people into their best possible selves so that they can see the best in others.
I got an email asking for folks who wanted to learn about white privilege, and learn how it impacted our community. And honestly, I thought it was a joke, but I showed up. Something compelled me to show up, and it changed my life. I remember specifically watching one woman who herself had been a racist. She raised her children to be racist, and her parents had raised her as a racist. It was just awe and inspiring to see that she had transformed. And I know this person personally now, and I know that this is someone who goes out of their way to love people. That kind of change doesn't happen by reading a book, watching TV, listening to pundits. That kind of impact happens, by coming together.
Came across the Peace Center at a really important time in my life. I was actually a year in my own recovery, and I was working with the Healthy Transitions Grant, and they found the Speak program with Kate Whitman, and I was lucky enough to be a part of this really cool group. It helped me learn to manage my own emotions in a way that nothing else had taught me. In my recovery, I needed to feel like I was doing something with how I felt. I understood that I was very emotional after I had gone through Speak. I understood how to deal with that, but I wanted to channel it into something. I wanted to channel what I've learned into something. And the Peace Center just continued to offer me those opportunities. After I was part of that program, I was like, well, this is really cool. I want to continue being part of the Peace Center. And so I was lucky enough to be asked actually at one point to be a peace educator with their Celebrating Me, Celebrating You program, which is teaching fourth graders about diversity and about compassion and about, understanding your classmates and their empathy. I was able to say to classrooms of young boys, really, that it's okay to cry as a man and that it's okay to have emotions as a person. That to me, being able to teach that, I really don't have words for how fulfilling that is.
I think I get the most joy out of seeing the the transformations that can happen in people through our programs. It can look like many different things. It can look like Kyle's transformation into a leader. That happens when we run programs like Speak. It can also look like when, for example, I go into a school because there are kids in conflict who are ready to fight, who don't want to talk to each other. I often go in and mediate, and transformation in that situation can look like, two high school girls who hated each other, realizing that they're going through the same struggles and then becoming really good friends. So I think that those moments, especially the moments where things might seem hopeless and they suddenly become very hopeful, feel the most rewarding to me.
It's continued to give me that community. It's continued to give me that place where I feel connected and I feel like I can make a difference every day when I get to be a part of it. And I'm really dying to get back, to be honest.
Folks can change. I've seen it. I've changed myself. I think the Peace Center has made me a better individual. So, that's, I don't believe people can change.
We've shared the recipe for peace. And although we list quantities of ingredients, know that that list changes. It's not always a pinch of kindness or a dash of this. Sometimes you might need a bushel of compassion. And other times you may not. But that recipe also is dependent upon the flavor that each person adds to it. Because we are all unique, we're all different, but we are all called to be peaceful people, to see each other in all of our humanity. So that's what I'd like to share with us.
When people donate, they're donating, they're giving money, but they are also giving peace to someone who maybe has never had peace before.